Let's get Miss Jody, and then we'll come back to our chat.
Hey.
Hey,
I
welcome.
really just wanted to kind of ask. I have my commission. I've had it for a year. Got it through work, but haven't done anything with it. Haven't even needed it at work either. So, I mean, nothing. Uh, so I did want to, because I do want to do more with this and, make some extra money with it, make a business with it. I do want to take some training. And I know you have the live course and the self-paced course. What's the difference? I mean, is it, more a learning style that would be the difference, or?
That's what I always say, Ms. Jody. The learning style, some people prefer that they just want, they at their leisure, I'll get to it when I get to it. I'll do a little bit today, a little bit tomorrow. And the live pieces, and it's really kind of similar, but the live piece is that we're there. You can ask questions in real time. Some people really prefer to talk it out, like with not by themselves. So that's the main difference. And we actually have a few courses, live ones this month, and we reduced the price and kind of took out a little bit of the content that was just, we felt like maybe overload, information overload, to give you even less of the fluff and exactly what you need. So you might check those out. So it just depends. The price point is just a few dollars difference now. So you may check that out and just see which you prefer.
Okay.
But either
Thank
way,
you.
yeah, the Notarize Like a Pro self-paced has been our, top seller, because that's where most people need to start, is learning how to notarize. So, but all of the courses are really simple. The way we teach on YouTube is the way we teach everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Let's see. Let's go to Miss Jeanette. And let me know if I'm missing somebody, Alexis, because I can't see Angela.
Let me see. Yes, Jeanette was next. Having worked in higher education, dealing with international students, I'm interested in apostille work. Can you share some insight on that? That's what she said before.
Angela?
So, Jeanette, do you have any additional questions other than the basic information we've shared? You're on mute.
Oh, that was in the
This was
chat.
earlier. Oh, in the chat?
That was from the chat, Angela. So she did not.
Right. Yeah, I was asking her, did she have any additional information other than the basic information we've shared? She was saying something, but she's on mute.
She might be trying to. Oh, she is?
If you do, I asked to unmute. If you do have additional questions, you can raise your hand and we can come back.
We can't hear you. Okay,
hello, can you guys hear me?
There we go.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Hi, this is Jeanette. I don't have any additional questions. I think you guys pretty much covered everything I needed to know regarding apostille. So I'm good to go, I believe.
Okay, great. And
I did want to ask one more question, since I was popped on you guys' website.
Sure.
And I see on here where you have some percentage off already. So the summer code that you just mentioned, is that in addition to that, or would that apply?
It'll trump that one, yeah.
Okay.
So
Gotcha.
yeah, so I think they're like around 55-ish. Instead of that, that'll make them probably like 40 something.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
For those courses. And then Angela's course, the apostille is a little bit more.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Our pleasure. And then we have Miss Maggie at 816.
Maggie asks, is the NNA certification a requirement? I personally say it is a requirement. Other notaries I've come in contact with said it's not a requirement. I say it's a requirement in the sense that if you want to work with signing companies, they usually want you to have that NNA certification. The not requirement aspect of it is if you ever get loan documents from the general public, like on your general notary work side, the general public isn't going to be, they're not going to ask, are you NNA certified? they're going to ask, are you a notary? So they're looking for a notary. So in that aspect, no, it's not a requirement for general notary work. But when you start, going into direct work and going into being contracted out with signing companies, then usually it is a requirement that they want you to have that NNA background check and that exam completed.
So for example, like Alexis is saying, the signing that I had tonight that I told you all was from Iowa. They called me direct, probably from my Google page. I'm going to ask her, how did they find me? I like to ask people what's working. How did they find me? But they didn't ask me, are you NNA certified? Because to Alexis's point, they don't care. However, when you try to work with SnapDocs or signing order, they will not let you work for those companies without having the NNA certification. So that's why the new thing, I'm going to say the new thing that's kind of floating around, because I just saw a YouTuber put this out the other day. You do not have to have the NNA certification. So technically, but they started out with saying that, right? Because we are YouTubers. So they doing like what's called clickbait, trying to get you to click. Like you're wasting your money on a certification. But then they did have to come back and clarify that if you want to work with certain companies or these signing companies that kind of have that database that feeds you work, then you do have to have that background check from the NNA. So we all have it. It's a minimal investment to be able to have another stream of income. So listen to this. You got your regular notary hat on. Then you have people calling you direct, like my person called me from Iowa, right? That's number 2. And then number 3 is working with the signing companies. Even though sometimes their offers are not the number that we want to see, it's an additional revenue stream. So that's 3 streams of revenue right there. Being able to work for yourself, the general public going to call you, and direct. I'm sorry, direct, the general public, and then the signing companies. Okay, so you don't want to just not get the certification figuring out, okay, I'll make it, I'm going to go straight direct. You may not go straight direct. Okay.
Right.
Did you want to add something to that, Angela? If not, we'll go on to 827.
No, you said it.
All right, so Marissa says, Alexis, you got it?
Yeah, Marissa says, can you be a remote loan signing notary? Live in Georgia. So in the state of Georgia, unfortunately, we cannot do any type of remote signings in the state of Georgia.
No remote online notary. And people say, well, it's coming, I'm going to get the course. If you live in Georgia, I'm going to recommend you do not buy a remote online notary course from anybody, because we don't have any clue if and when it will ever come. That's like you buy a car for your baby that's 6 months old.
But they're going to drive one day.
They may drive one day. That baby cannot drive no car, okay? Not do remote online notary in Georgia, okay? So anyway, let's move on next.
Next, Yari just says, especially in Florida, that you have to pay for everything.
That might have been a private conversation.
Oh.
All right, Linda, if we missed something there, Yari, let us know.
Yeah. Linda asks, where can I get extra forms to have on hand in case you make a mistake on a document at the signing?
So that's going to be part of your notary signing agent training, Linda, because you don't just print forms. You don't just print forms and take them to the signing, unless you're talking about extra acknowledgments and jurats that you can get from your state website. But when it comes to actual forms that's in the package, we don't just carry extra forms. Those forms are already pre-populated from the signing, from the lender. So we don't do that.
Yeah. So if the documents already have an acknowledgement, you wouldn't just take an extra one to exchange it.
Okay.
Go ahead. Are you here in person?
Yes. Can I well, we not ask the question because I have a lady that used to go to my church. She did general notary for about a couple of years, and she was saying, she told me that she had printed out different copies of forms to take with her in case she had a miss of their document. She missed up their document. She have extra form to just keep the signing going on, regularly going on, rather than miss the whole appointment. So that's why I asked the question.